Alright, hello and welcome to another episode of the Hartlepool United Career Mode. Before we get into this though, a couple of things to address. First of all, I know I was meant to do a rebuild yesterday. I apologise for not doing said rebuild. I instead actually ended up going out with my family, so I didn't have time really to do the rebuild. But I will be doing a rebuild at some point this week because I do want to get back to them and I have an idea for the next one. That if you already see the video, you already know what is going to be next. And if you haven't, then you don't. Obviously, it's going to be a surprise to most. But today we are back on the career mode grind. The second thing really is that I've probably got about 2 hours max to try and get this episode out. So it's going to be a bit of a rush, but I'll try not to rush it too much. So basically, we're going to just have to try and whisk through it. Basically, what we do on these opening episodes anyway, it's only usually a shorter episode. So what we do, we'll go through the July transfer window, maybe bring in some new players. Obviously, we have to sell players before we bring in players because we've got no room at the inn at the moment. We'll do playable highlights for Lorient, Almeria, and Genoa. And then for our first game of the season, which is horrible because it's against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park, we'll be playing the full match and we'll be getting properly into our first championship season. So before we advance any further, there's a few things I need to show you lot. First of all, the objectives. This is how we've got to go this year. Within 2 seasons, have at least one player from the youth academy signed in the first season, play at least 50% of the games in the next season. So we'll be having to do some youth academy scouting again at some point this year. Youth development. Within 2 seasons, have at least one player from the youth academy signed in the first season, play at least 50% of the games in the next season. We already read that. Sign one player of the same nationality as the club. We've got to make a 2.6 million profit from youth player sales within 2 seasons, which I'm hoping we'll do this window because we're offloading a lot of talent that we're not going to be unfortunately using. I would like to keep around, but just can't justify it. And then the game wants us to get automatic promotion. I'm going to be straight up transparent with you. We are not getting automatic promotion. There is not a chance that we are getting automatic promotion because I don't see it happening. And they also want us to reach around the 16 stage again. A bit more of a chance this year, but still, I wouldn't hold your breath with that one. So hopefully we'll be able to stay in a job till the end of the season. Continental success, we've got none because we're in no European competitions. So the other day, while I had some free time, we went through the players that I went through every single player, decided whether we're going to keep, sell, or loan. So this is how we are looking. So we're going to keep Logan Duncan, sell Mateo Rojas. He's been quite good, but at this point, I don't think he's growing anymore, and we could probably get somebody else in better. Loan listed Eduardo Esposito. Transfer listed Domenico Mancini because the same story with him. I don't think he's going to grow much more. So we will be getting a new backup goalkeeper at some point in this window. We have to. Douglas Moffat will be staying around. Sam Porter will get a loan list. Rob Patterson will get transfer listed, and I don't think you can grow him anymore because I did go into the development plan. I've development planned everybody as well to try and figure them out. But if they've got the potential thing next to their name, they ain't getting development plans, so he will be going as well. Dominican Corsi remains as a backup left back. Rafa Contreras stays around, as does Ewan Galloway. Shane McDonald is a painful one, but he does have to go. He's not going to grow any better. Shane McDonald transfer listed, unfortunately. Ronnie Hansen sticks around as a backup centre back. Sam Baldwin also getting transfer listed. There's probably a good bit of potential here, but we've just got too many players. So we'll try and give him a bit more growth before he does exit the club. He could be a good young player for another club, but for us, we just don't need him really, to be honest with you, without being mean. Jake Tomlinson's another one I'm on the fence about, but as it stands at the moment, he's one we'll be keeping around. Rafael Gomez sticks around. He'll probably start the season as the first team right back before McGregor comes in and probably retakes his place. Although, unfortunately for Ollie McGregor, he has lost his potential tag, which is a bit of a bummer. But you can put it down to injury, and hopefully he can still grow quite well. It'll be painful if he can. I'll be really upset if he can't. Keep him on defensive wide back for now for 2 more weeks, and then we'll move him on to the other one. I was just scrolling over there. Mariano Vergara, he is not really growing at a good speed, and with no potential tag, not really a lot of growth, much more growth to come from him, I don't think. His potential probably hit 65. I think it's smart to sell him on. Ramon Alonso, I was in 2 minds about, but I think I'm going to make the decision here, which is a mad one, that I might come up to regret. We're going to transfer list him. Because no matter, I mean, he is good. He's probably decent quality for this level. It's just he won't grow any more. And I don't think we need a player who obviously won't grow throughout the season. We've got Gomez, who still has potential on his side. Maybe he'll hit 75, 76 at his peak. And then McGregor as well, he'll probably do something similar now. He's not got his potential tag. So we've got two good quality right backs there, which means Ramon Alonso, as good as he was, is surplus of requirements, unfortunately. Ruben Adams is loan listed purely because he has showing great potential tag. Malik Diop still showing great potential. He's sticking around. Jacques Cochran, he sticks around as well. Nkasana Nkosi, he sticks around, but I'm debating loaning him out. We'll keep an eye on him, as well as Lebohang Malangu. I think we might sell on Lebohang, as much as I don't want to. I don't know how much more growth he has in his system here. He doesn't have a potential tag anymore. Maybe we'll give him one more loan, just to see what he can do out at another club. Lebohang Shabalala, we're going to recall and sell, because... Oh, we can't even recall him because the squad's so full. Once we can, we'll recall him and sell him because he's not good enough. Curtis Mills, this was a difficult decision to make because I do love the boy. He's been from day one in this squad, but he hit his potential 72, and it's going to take a while for him to hit 73. I think he actually might be kind of close, but he's obviously hit his potential, and he won't grow any further, so we're going to move him on. Ollie Dalton, I tried to do his contract. I messed it up, so we will be going back to his contract at a later date. But at the moment, he is loan listed as well. So hopefully we can get a contract done before he goes out on loan, because we might lose him on permanent. I would like to keep him around. He's not exactly the best, as we've seen in previous games, but he's still got growth to do, even if it isn't much. So hopefully we can keep him around. Bobby Hobbs, we've loan listed. He's got good potential as well. Linus Isaacson, another man transfer listed. He just doesn't feel like he fits the squad, and he doesn't feel like he's going to be good enough to ever fit into the squad. So we're going to transfer list him. Reece McGregor I've put out on the loan list, but I might honestly reconsider that and put him into the first team a bit more this year. We'll maybe see how I feel about that as the episode progresses. Marius Thomas sticks around, at least for this season anyway. He's still got growth in his repertoire, but I don't know how much more we can do with Marius Thomas. As much as I like him, it might be time to move him on soon. Mashunguli Shabalala has been growing fantastically. He will get a loan out once again to get to that next level, which I know he can reach. Albie Holmes, as much as I would like to keep him around because of his name and because he had a report a while back that he would be one of the best in the world, one of the best young players to come through a couple of seasons ago. I don't know if anyone remembers that. I do. But unfortunately, we're going to move him on. He hasn't really hit that potential. Hugo Hansen looks fantastic. And the only reason I'm loan listing him is because I've already got the plans for the wingers in this season, for this season. If Hansen comes back looking fantastic, he gets in the plans next season. 100%. This is a huge one. This is a massive one. It's probably a bit of a shock as well. Nicolas Palacios is getting transfer listed, and it's nothing against the guy because he's quite good. He is pretty decent, but I've got another plan for left wing, and he has his potential of 73. So rather than keeping him about, I feel like it's better to sell him on, get the money for him, and then use our new left winger, who we will be showing you in a moment, for that next drill. As you can see on the screen, he's already there. Fran Ochoa, though, however, he's showing great potential. He sticks around as the first team left wing, at least for this year anyway. He looks fantastic. I think his potential is coming close. He'll probably max out at 83, 84 or something like that. But it'll still be good. But this is why we are selling Nicolas Palacios. We've got Jackson Barlow, who's an exciting prospect, had a great loan year last year, and he sticks around to try and fight for his team, for his first team place. He's going to get a lot of chances this year because he looks fantastic off the rip. Good pace already, good shooting, decent finishing, and we're just going to keep working on him until he gets to a very good potential it says he has 86 to 91, I believe, is an exciting prospect, right? Or 85 to 99, something like that, or 89 even. But basically, he's a good young talent. I want to nurture him this season. Thomas Bishop, another man who's getting loan listed, looked decent on his loan at Middlesbrough, but we're going to give him a bit more time to grow because of the fact that we've got an influx of wingers. Vicente Ojeda sticks around. He is going to be the backup to Ethan Roberts, of course. I think we made that decision as I was going through them the other day. Martin Munoz, he's transfer listed. He's obviously still injured. He will recover from that in a few days. But he's lost his potential tag. And to be honest, I know this might sound mean, but I don't feel like he ever really clicked in this team on the wing. He'd probably be better in the midfield, but his stats, we couldn't make him a midfielder because it would just take too bleeding long. It was kind of annoying, really. I would have liked to have had him as either a centre mid or a cam. which is just taking way too long. Even though Cam would have taken 61 weeks, it's just unlucky. But he will thrive at another club. Gordon Simpson. There's a couple I haven't made a decision on yet, but I think Gordon Simpson we're going to move on as well. Just a big clear out of this team. I think we need it. I think it's necessary. Mariano Martinez. The reason I'm transferring listing him, he was fantastic towards the end of last season, but his potential tag is gone, and I feel like we can upgrade it in that position with the amount of wingers we have. Duncan Wilson, we're going to loan him out. He does look fantastic, but for this season we're going to have Ojeda as the backup and Wilson out on loan. And then, of course, Ethan Roberts sticks around, absolutely. He's on a lifetime contract here. Still has potential to be special. He'll probably be higher rating than we can ever be allowed, really, in the Championship. But we're going to keep him because he's going to be the star. Him and Rodriguez are going to be the stars. And we'll get to Rodriguez in a moment. Jesper Karlsson, I put on the loan list, but I'm reconsidering maybe putting him on the transfer list. We'll figure that out in a moment. Luca Carpenter, he's out on the loan list because he does still have a very good upside. So we'll let him see what he can do out on loan. Jay Marango gets one more season to prove himself here at the club, so he gets to stick around. Christopher Quigley as well. He'll be the backup striker this season to Rodriguez and to to Blanchard. Jesus Christ, I had a brain fart there. He's showing great potential. I'd like to involve him a lot more this year. Ramon Murillo, I know that a lot of us like him, especially me. I do really like this kid, but he does have to be sold on. He's not going to grow into a striker that's going to challenge Rodriguez and Blanchard, like some of these other names. He is good. Don't get me wrong, he is good. But he could do better at another club. He could thrive at another club. Pal Person gets a loan as well, with Harry Howell sticking around one more season for him. I know he's his potential, but I can't part ways with him. He's too good. He's too good. He'll hit 71, and maybe his potential will grow a little bit more after he hits 71, but we'll see. Achille Blanchard, of course, sticks around along with, I should say, Carlos Rodriguez, our potential to be special captain of the team. So that is everyone who is getting transferred, loaned, and kept. Just to make it a bit more easy to read, we'll be reading for the transfer hub here. So transfer listed. Loan list, we've got Ruben Adams, Reece McGregor, Masanguli Shabalala, Thomas Bishop, Bobby Hobbs, Jesper Karlsson, Luca Carpenter, Ollie Dalton, Hugo Hansen, Lebohang Malangu, Samuel Porter, Eduardo Esposito, Duncan Wilson, Pal Person, all on the loan list. And on the transfer list, we have to cut quite a bit. So we are going to unfortunately lose some players I would like to keep around, but we can't. Linus Isaacson, Mateo Rojas, Albie Holmes, Martin Munoz, Ramon Alonso, Sam Baldwin, Curtis Mills. This one hurts, but we do need to get him gone. Gordon Simpson, Mariano Vergara, Mariano Martinez, Nicolas Palacios, which is our big one, Rob Patterson, Domenico Mancini, Ramon Murillo, and Shane McDonald, all up for the transfer list as well. Hopefully we can offload as many of these guys as we can, because I'd like to get a few more players in. The first thing we absolutely do need is a backup goalkeeper and maybe a cam. Now the cam, I have an idea who I want to bring in. We can't do it just yet because the squad's full. What's up, Aiden? Welcome to the stream, mate. But the cam I would like to bring in is this man here from Borussia Dortmund, Fran Marino. He, I think, still has showing great potential, but I will VAR that. As for a backup goalkeeper, I don't really know who to bring in, or maybe he'll be a main goalkeeper and overtake the duties from Duncan. But I would like to keep Duncan in that number one spot, even if he has his potential. So Fran Marino, showing great potential, still quite good potential on his side, and he'd be a good cam option if we're selling Mills, if we're selling Isaacson as well. He'd be a good option. Good speed, good agility, good balance. Passing stats are decent. Wondering if we can maybe convert him to a winger if he doesn't work out in the midfield. But decent stats all around. We need a bit of work, obviously, but that's the whole point of this series. So we'll keep him on the shortlist. He's been on the shortlist for a while, but we can't approach him until we make some sales. And as for goalkeeper, I don't think we have anyone on the transfer hub. We do have DeLuca, who I was thinking of bringing in, but he's already gone to a different club. And I'm thinking, because Portsmouth didn't make it up, why not go for Bernd Jacobs? He's not going to be the long-term replacement goalkeeper, but he would be a good rating to have on the bench and would get some good game time as well. Rotating him with Duncan, he might be the man we go for. Moreau as well was another option I was looking at. But then again, we can still look at even more options as we go. Some of these players as well, by the way, are players that we've had formerly at the club, and I'm just keeping an eye on. Nezovic as well, he's thriving for Norwich, I believe they got promoted to the Premier League, if I remember correctly. Alfonso Castro, he was one I was thinking of getting. But we really need to do a clear out on this list. Aidan Sutherland is looking ridiculous now. We couldn't afford him if we wanted him. He is growing like crazy. I'd love to bring him back, but it might not be a reunion that happens, unfortunately. We'll see as it goes. But that's pretty much how we're going. So without any further ado, let's just sim a bit ahead and see where we're at in a few days' time. I'm doing Leicester career mode in the Championship. I'm currently 1-0 up against Birmingham. Not too shabby. That sounds like a decent idea. I was thinking of doing some of the relegated teams as a rebuild at some point. No performance review meeting. I mean, the season's just started. There's a lot of players who are surprised at not being sold, or surprised at being sold, but are not happy about it. So we'll just respond to all of them. Keep the morale up. Shabalala happy to be loaned out. So is Bobby Hobbs, Jesper Carlson, Luca Carpenter as well, Hugo Hans. So we're just going to scroll through them all and say, yeah, fair enough. Wilson, I can't wait till he comes back off his loan because he'll look fantastic when he comes back as well. So we'll just keep advancing. We've got no transfer offers yet, which is a problem. I'd like some transfer offers before the friendly. Are we going to get any transfer offers at all? We've got a couple. One is for a player I've not even put up for sale. One is for a player I have. Charlotte have come in for Domenico Mancini. And honestly, I could be persuaded to sell Marius Thomas. In fact, I actually might sell Marius Thomas. I do like him, but I think we need somebody a bit better in that spot. They've offered 1.1 million. I'm going to just straight accept it. That's a great offer for Domenico Mancini. And for Marius Thomas, I'm going to try and push the boat out a little bit because I don't want to sell him if I don't have to. So we'll be asking for a bit more than what he's valuated at. We'll see what they say on that. They want 2.1 in the sell-on clause. I'm not going below 3 mil. I'm not going below 3 mil. That's how much he's worth to me. And if you don't want to come in for 3 mil on him, yeah, fair enough then. Thomas, I will have like negotiations over, but I don't think I'll let him go for less than 3 mil because that's how important he is to this team, and important to me. I do like him as a player, so it's going to be hardball to negotiate Thomas out of the club. But for the players I have got listed, you'll get a lot better offers. Carlos Rodriguez transfer offer from Everton for 60 million. It's an honestly, it's an incredible offer. We could get up to 90 million for him, but I mean, obviously, there's no way we're going to accept it. But it just shows what interest there is in the Peruvian Prince. It's a big money offer, and it's hard to turn down, but we are going to be turning it down. He's a man that's staying till the end. Logan Duncan as well will be staying at least for this season. He's got to 75 now. I wonder if his potential's boosted at all this season, or if he's still just kind of around that 75 mark. Already grown 1 rating. Can we push him further beyond? Maybe not. 2 all in 43 minutes. Jesus Christ. Goal fest in your game there. Right. Any more before the end? No, Domenico Mancini, the first player of this clear out to exit the club, which means we now have room to bring in a player. I'm not going to do it straight away, don't get me wrong. But if I'm being honest, I'd like to get some sales done before the Palace game. I think would probably be the correct move. So Domenico Mancini out to Charlotte for 1.1 million. It should be an A deal. An F? How's that an F? What? How? Right. Okay. Whatever. I don't know how we're going to get more than what we got, but fair enough. This game's on a mad one. 1.1 million for Domenico Mancini. It's a good offer, and hopefully he will succeed at Charlotte. I have to write down. I still need to write down all these players and keep track of them. Shabalala transfer offer. No. Sorry, Napoli. We're only wanting loans for him because I would like to integrate him into the squad. And that leads us to our first preseason friendly already. We've got 1 sale. And we also need to sign a player from England as well. So we need to keep an eye out for free agents, etc. See what we've got on the list here. There's some decent regens coming here through here. Paulo Teixeira looking alright. Hernan Arias already approached my Motherwell. Some of these players have been signed up as it is. We're just going to have a good look through here because we might as well. Alfonso Carrillo at Man City, he looks good. That could be the Jordi Alba regen, genuinely. But I think what I really want to do is buff up that midfield a bit, give us a couple more options. Isidoro Sanz, he's one that looks quite good, mainly because he beat us when we played against Shrewsbury. Would like to take him off Shrewsbury, especially as Shrewsbury also made it up to the Championship. Some decent talent here, but I don't think there's going to be anyone we break the bank for. We're just having a little scroll through, see what the game says. And obviously we can go look at free agents as well, see if there's any retirements from some of the big names. We won't obviously get them straight away, but just keep an eye on them, keep an eye on their progress. This Cardona kid looks good in midfield. I don't know his potential, so just keep an eye on some of these players. Turlianar, I'm guessing his pronunciation is Juraj Dragovic as well. Some decent players. Pablo Barrios, he's a real player, unfortunately. Some of these players that don't have player faces don't count, by the way, just for the record. It's just players that have regen faces. Federico Alonso, I wouldn't mind bringing in, but we've already got an Alonso. Well, we won't have an Alonso soon, actually. Maybe just keep an eye on him. Dele Alli, imagine bringing him in. There's a couple of players, like Baron Jacobs as well. I think it's a good goalkeeper signing. Teddy Austin, promising as well. There's some players here that I would maybe sign, but I don't know. At the moment, I'm in two minds about some of them. What's up, Sebi? Welcome to the stream, mate. I have an idea for a rebuild. What's the idea? I'll maybe consider it. I've got a couple I need to do first, because I'm way behind on the rebuilds. I think I've got 3 teams now that I need to be doing before I even take on any more ideas. It's just I've not really been doing the rebuilds. Fabio Duarte looks quite good. We're just going to keep an eye on him. We're not going to do any sign. I probably won't even sign him because we don't need left back. Ethan Horton as well. He could be our homegrown talent. Or maybe we just get someone shit as the English player and just get the objective done. Alvaro Hernandez. Augustin Lefebvre. Oh my god, that's an awful name. I'm not signing him. I don't care if he's good. It's an awful name to say. Canales. Vladko Novak. Federico Jimenez. Christian Ferreira. Some decent players in the free agents that aren't, well, that are real players, I should say. I'm doing regens and youth academy players only. Yes, Sebi. It's no real players, unfortunately. Well, it's not unfortunate. It's a cool challenge to do. Aberdeen, they're from Scotland. They're one of my favourite teams. One of my local teams. I could do an Aberdeen rebuild. Have them take over Scotland, but that would be a long-term one that I'd need to make time for. And I will do it at some point. I'll put it on the ideas list. Ronaldo's retired. We could maybe find the Ronaldo regen. Messi, I'm assuming, probably will have retired at this point as well. We're in season 5, so a lot of these players will have been gone for maybe a couple of years. Neymar, is he still going? Neymar's still going. Keep forgetting how young he actually is. What's the team? It is Hartlepool United. Buffon, he's gone. Neuer should have gone at this point as well. I don't want to sign. The rule is at the moment I don't want to sign anyone over 80 rated because I don't want to break this fucking save and overdo it. But there is ideas I would like to use. We do need a goalkeeper. Backup goalkeeper is the main whatchamacallit, main position we need to change. So we'll see if the Neuer regen's on here. I'm assuming his rating will just show up rather than us having to scout him. Yeah, I think this is him. Linus Horn, the Neuer regen, or maybe the Stegen regen. I don't know. I'll check to Stegen as well. But he looks decent. 83 diving, 75 kicking, 75 positioning, 81 GK handling, and 87 GK reflexes. We'll keep an eye on him. I'm not going to sign him this season because of the rating, but we'll keep an eye on him. Beat Celtic and Rangers to win the league title, and give Aberdeen a European title as well. Bring back the Fergie days where he was at Success Aberdeen. Ter Stegen's still playing. Still an 89 rated though, to be fair. And who's the other one? Buffon. I don't know if his regen will be as good though, because he kind of ended his career with a low rating. But I'll take a look for Italian goalkeepers. That's not the search I wanted to do. I wanted to change the age. But yeah, I've kind of got a 2-hour cut-off on this, so if we do spend a lot of time doing searching, I won't have as much time doing gameplay, which is fine, I guess. I don't know. There's Dominic Mancini. He's Charlotte. I'm really hoping he succeeds, man. Just didn't really have room for him at the club. And I think Buffon regen is probably going to be a lot more difficult to find. Lewa regen, I think he might have retired at this point. We don't necessarily need a striker, though. He has retired. And, of course, if they're over 80 rated, we're not going to sign him just now. That's broken. But we'll keep an eye on them for Premier League, perhaps. Down the line, down in the future seasons, we could sign some of these players. I've not done the bloody age thing again. I think it's one of those, it looks like one of those Barans, though. It might be the lower regen. Maybe not. It is not Kowalczyk, it's not Malinowski. Is it none of these? It could be this kid. It is this kid. Eric Varajniak. Potential to be special. He looks like the lower regen. We'll put a scout on him and have a look anyway. Dybala, Di Maria. Dybala will probably still be playing, I think. I'll check though. In fact, I probably should just search his name first. Paulo Dybala. Yeah, Dybala's still only 32. He's still only young. I feel like I keep thinking he's older than he is. Di Maria will be gone. Yeah, Di Maria will be long retired, surely. Yeah. If I'm looking right wing Argentina, it might. Oh, actually, it might come out with Messi's regen. This might be the Di Maria regen. I mean, there's some good players here. Fucking hell. I don't know which one the Messi regen is. We'll take a look at Prieto, and we'll take a look at Barrios as well. Contreras, I don't think he'll be involved as much. And fuck it, I might as well take a look at Ronaldo regen. Just for the record, if they're ridiculously rated, I won't be signing any of them just yet. I don't want to be like buying my way through the leagues because that's a boring career mode. I want it to be a grind. I want it to be a challenge. Which one of these is a Ronaldo regen then? Which one of these is a Ronaldo regen? I don't think any of these are. Let's buff up the ages a little bit. None of these look good enough to be the Ronaldo regen in my opinion, but I might be wrong. There has to be one. It's not Santos. And it's probably not Duarte either. We'll have to find him later down the line. Benzema. Benzema's always got the busted regen. I'll just check he's retired. I think he was playing still last season, yeah. But his regen is always busted. We probably won't be signing him in this career mode. There's a glitch with centre forwards. The regens are always cracked, so to speak. Always 91 rated. And there he is. Ethan Ray for Leipzig. He's, yeah. Probably not going to come in this career mode, ladies and gents. But that is the Benz regen. I don't understand why they always break his regen. Ethan Ray for Leipzig. 91 rated. 129. 98 acceleration. 90 sprint speed. Yeah, it's mad. It's just mad how they break this regen every time. That's Nkunku. I could be playing alongside Nkunku. Nkunku won't be anywhere near retirement yet, though. He's only 28. And he's still at Leipzig, so he'll be playing alongside Nkunku. I mean, that's a hell of a strike force for Leipzig, if you've ever seen one. Right, let's get this team together for this first preseason friendly. Obviously, with some players away on international duty, we'll rotate some in. Rojas. And that's why we need another goalkeeper, especially for Duncan, because he'll get called away on international duty. We'll go with that for this team. In fact, actually, no, we won't. We've got so many players in this squad, man. We'll give Wilson a run out. See how he goes. We need to shift some of these players ASAP, man, because we've just got too many of them. And Quigley comes in on the bench. We'll bring on... No, we'll bring on Palacios. Who's the guy I was keeping around? Barlow on the bench. And we will have a look at moving, obviously, Contreras and Duncan off the bench because they can't play international duty in that. But I do not have another goalkeeper, so we won't be putting a goalkeeper on the bench. So hopefully Rojas will be fine. And Kunku set forward, rather be Leipzig, Fredge. Yeah, pretty much the same. Identical in positioning and Courtney. Who's Courtney? You mean Courtois? Yeah, I thought so. I only thought that because the speed thing where he calls him Courtney. Thibaut's still playing. He's still at Madrid as well. Still 91 rated. He'd be a steal to get because even on contract expiry, he'd only be like 17 or 18 million, and you'd have a 91 rated goalkeeper. That would be pretty sick. But it's not in the rules, unfortunately. So let's get into this pre-season friendly against Lorient then. So for what we do with pre-season friendlies, just playable highlights. I don't really care too much about them. We'll go through the stats here. Hero Blanchard grabs equaliser for Hartlepool, and with some World Cup results here, it should be interesting to see. Today's latest transfer rumour is that Burnley are looking at Hartlepool's Rodriguez, who was the league's top scorer last season with 27 goals. The informed striker is surely going to be a target for a number of top clubs after his prolific performances with Hartlepool, but no official comment have come out of their camp regarding the availability of the 21-year-old. Everton want him as well, and then with Rojas, Holmes, Munoz, Baldwin, etc. leaving the club. That's a big signing for Arsenal. Geertruida for 97 million, even though he's only 55. Oh, they've been robbed there. Angers have signed Evan Ferguson, sorry. Gavin Bazzuno to Torino. And I guess we'll see what happened at the World Cup. Doug coaching international team, not in this career mode. I'm probably going to keep it out. But I might do maybe towards the end. But at the moment, I don't. Let's see what the World Cup gave us then. Who won it? Oh, third place. We're at third place right now. Okay, let's see then. The group stage, France and Norway went through. Spain and New Zealand went through. England and Poland went through. Germany and Brazil went through. Netherlands and Ukraine went through. Germany are in the final. I think it said that in the article, didn't it? I'm trying to figure out who they're against, though. Portugal and America make it through. Czech Republic and Italy make it through. Denmark and Argentina make it through as well. In the round of 16, it's France, England, America, Czech Republic. I accidentally scrolled down. You saw England won again. Spain, Germany, Ukraine, and Italy all going through. And then it's England, America, Germany, Italy. And then it's England and Germany are in the final. Oh, boys, it could be coming home. 2026 World Cup. Just keep your eyes out on that one. It's going to be Italy and America in the third place playoffs. But I'm keeping an eye on that because it does mean it could come home for England. All right. Let's get into this pre-match. Playable highlights then against Lorient. Again, it's one of these where I'm not really fussed about the result. They signed Albornoz from Bristol Rovers, so he must be a good little player. Because we played against him last year and he did quite well. Let's hope it isn't 2014 Germany. Let's hope. Right, so let's see what we get with this squad then. In the Estadio Mestalla, it's Hartlepool versus FC Lorient. We're going to go with Rojas, Moffat, and Gomez as the fullbacks. Galloway and Hansen as the centre-backs. Diop, centre defensive mid, I should say. Cochrane at cam. Ochoa off the left. Wilson off the right with Blanchard and Rodriguez kind of sitting up front. Let's see what we can do. We've gone with the best squad we can bring, really, without, obviously, international duty coming into effect. So let's see what we do. Aid to support in Germany. Pepe and Ramos, two more players I can search, yeah. Well, let's just slowly make our way through these pre-season friendlies as we lead up to the start of the season. I can't believe we've got Crystal Palace to start the season. So, again, with these, it's playable highlights. Penalties for Hartlepool. I always miss these in playable highlights, so don't be surprised if this doesn't go in. Achille Blanchard. I don't know who won it, but Blanchard's taking it. And Blanchard's scoring it. First goal of the new season. The rules for these, by the way, whoever wins the penalty takes the penalty, but I don't know who won it. So Blanchard puts us up against Lorient. I'm Scottish, I don't want the English to win. Fair enough, understandable. Well, I was born in England, but now live in Scotland, so I'm still kind of obviously going to support England. But I'll also keep an eye on the Scottish national team too. Decent save from Rojas. As Lorient come again. Dieng versus Hansen. I mean, Lorient probably similar level to us. I think they just came up from the second league in this career mode back to the French Ligue 1. Good tackle by Gomez, and now we've got a counter-attack. And Kosey's been brought on. So the other problem with playable highlights, you can't sometimes control the substitutions. In fact, you can never control them. Blanchard, Rodriguez is asking for it. Rodriguez wants to go here. Wants to run his defence, but I think he gets caught there a little bit. Now, we need to not let them score here. Good interception by Moffat. It was poor passing from Lorient. We could go again here. We could actually beat Lorient. That would be pretty cool. Pretty nice to start this new season. I know we still need new signings, but imagine if we could start off good. Blanchard. Barlow. Ochoa. Inside to Diop. Malik Diop! Oh, he's sliced on his right foot. But that will do it. Victory in the first pre-season game. We'll take that. Against Lorient, who are probably slightly better than us. I'm not going to complain. Where in Scotland do you live? I live in a small town in the middle of nowhere called Campbelltown. It is literally about as middle of nowhere as you can get. Kylian Blanchard with the only goal today, the penalty early on. Means that we win our first game in pre-season. We'll take that. Right, let's see then what the player performance is like. Blanchard, man of the match with an 8.8, 8 from Moffat and a 7.8 for Rojas. 5.8 for Kalulu for them, 5.7 from 80 and 5.7 as well for Jens. It's 59 to 41 in terms of possession, 6 to 3 in terms of shots, and one chance each. But we took our chance and we won on the opening day of the pre-season tournament. Pepe, Ramos, Zlatan, Hazard, Salah, Firmino, VVD, all good players to be fair. Could have retired at this point. Malango loan offer from Palace. This is different. This is a risky one, but I will accept it. I do want to see Malango succeed at his club, but I don't think he'll ever break in. I hate to be mean about it because we've got too many good centre mids as it is. Just bear with me, guys. Okay. Right. So let's get the order. Pepe. Well, I mean, all these will retire. Most of these are retired anyway. Pepe, definitely gone. So let's see. I don't know what his rating will be, or his regen rating will be at the end of career mode, because he'll end on quite a low rating. We'll see if there's any Portuguese centre backs we can bring in that are quite good. Don't think anyone stand out. Sometimes you'll see their ratings, or sometimes you'll see some really good stats that stand out. There will be regens for these guys. Gonzalo, that doesn't look like Gonzalo Ramos. I'm not gonna lie. Antonio Silva, he's a good defender. I've used him in rebuilds. Teixeira, I can't really identify what the Pepe regen would be. Ramos would be a little easier to find. Let's go to Spain. Score prediction for Leicester versus Sheffield Wednesday. I'm going to say 3-2 to Leicester. Just a record, this is in a career mode, not in real life. For anyone watching later on. Oh, why is it on the wrong stats? Guardado looks decent. Wouldn't say he's Ramos's regen though. Guzman looks alright. But it is this guy here, Bryce Gomez, who is going to be the Sergio Ramos regen, showing great potential. Probably hit his potential already, to be quite honest. Maybe he'll grow higher. But slowish speed, good strength, solid defending stats. There's your Ramos regen, unless I'm mistaken. We'll keep scrolling through, see if there's anyone else. Chisco Medina, he's not the Ramos regen. Poor guy, we had him and he didn't really grow with us, unfortunately. Sometimes you can identify the regens quite quickly because our rating will just come up, and sometimes it takes a little while. Zlatan. He'll have absolutely retired. Why am I even searching him? Am I an idiot? I don't know what his rating will be though, because again, he's another one whose career ended. Not badly. I wouldn't say badly, but he ended quite a low rating. So it'd be hard to really identify his regen as well. So it's either Svensson kid, Hansen, or Berg. I don't know if it's any of them really, because none of them look good enough. It'd most likely be this kid here, Andreas Hansen. Who tied it into season 1, yeah, so he'll be... Actually, he might be a little bit older then. If he's a little bit older, it might be able to identify him a bit easier. But sometimes their stats will pop up if they're any good. And... I can't... it might be this kid. I don't know, genuinely. He'd have a potential tag, surely. Anyone have a high release clause? I don't know how to check. Eden Hazard still playing. Mohamed Salah will probably still be playing as well. Probably still be at Liverpool as well. No, he's got Leipzig. Everyone bloody goes to Leipzig apparently. Firmino probably still be playing as well. I don't know if he'll still be at Liverpool. Yeah, he's still around. At Villarreal, fair enough. Decent little club for him. And then Virgil, he'll still be playing too. 35. Will he still be at Liverpool? He's gone to Spurs. Ugh. Nah, ugh. 2-0 to Leicester in that game. Okay. What was I going to do? There was something I was going to do. Release clauses. I mean, I don't really know how to narrow it down. Guess look at goalkeepers. We do need a good goalkeeper. But some of these... 72 million release clause, an exciting prospect. Okay. We'll put an eye on him. But I'm not paying that bloody release clause. Andre Gomez, he's real, so we can't sign him. Kovalenko's up for loan, and I can see why. Doesn't look fantastic. I'm guessing the better the release clause, the better the player, right? That was Lloris. Which one? The one I scouted? Wait, who did I scout? Devoe, Loic Devoe. It probably is Lloris. Such a good point. A good spot. Lloris will be gone now, won't he? Be long gone. Yeah, it probably is Lloris. Won't be Maignan, will it? Because he'll still be playing. Nah, he's still very young. Well, not very young, but like 31. Yeah, so it will be Lloris. Szczesny regen. That's an idea. That's actually a really good idea. He's Poland, isn't he? This is the last search I'm going to do just now because we do need to get into some games. Because I do need to go in an hour and a half. I want to get the first game of the season done. It probably is Kowalczyk. Either that or Szczesny hasn't retired. I probably should just check that. He hasn't even retired. I don't know why I didn't check that first. Right. Let's get into some more hopeful sales here before we get into this next game against Almeria. Albi Holmes has had an offer from FC Andorra. I actually don't even know what league they play in because Andorra's not in the game. But I'll be happy to sell him on. We'll try and get a bit more out of him, I think. Pele. I don't... I would love to see Pele's regen, but I don't think it works like that, unfortunately. They don't want to go more than 1.2. I won't ask them for much more. If they just want to stick to 1.2, that's fine. I just want to see if I can test it a bit more. 1.4 is fine. But our regens are only of players who have retired while they're in career mode. So Pele won't be in there. Maradona won't be in there. Any of the legends won't be in there. Any icons won't be involved. Which would be cool if they were, honestly. I'd like that. Belangulo an agreement. We'll allow him at Palace for a season. See how he can grow up there. We'll probably be in a title race with or we'll be in some kind of promotion race with Palace, I suppose, seeing as the board want promotion. But honestly, I don't think we'll get promoted this year, which is fine. It gives our squad another year to get ready. Ah! Football came home, boys! Football came home. You love to see it. England beat Germany to win the FIFA World Cup in what was a memorable finale. Thousands of fans saw their heroes stay on the pitch to celebrate the hard-won victory. Some were in tears and nobody witnessed these scenes will ever forget them. After 60 long years, we've won the bloody World Cup. Let's go. Ramsdale in the team of Ramsdale, Rom, Schlotterbeck, Bastoni, Trent, Foden, Chiesa, Bellingham, Saka, Adeyemi, and Ferreira, all in the team of the tournament. Player of the tournament has been given to Adeyemi. Blanchard also scored the first goal of the season. Blanchard scored for the first time this season to push Hartlepool to a 1-0 win against FC Lorient. Class from Carlos Rodriguez. Top players deliver top performances, and that's exactly what Carlos Rodriguez has been doing lately. Turning it on game after game, proving himself to one of the stand-up performers at Hartlepool. Big news, more big news from some transfers. Edmund Tapsoba have gone to PSG. It's gone to PSG. Carlos Alcaraz off to Stuttgart, and Salernitana have got Carlos Cuesta. Third place for Italy. Yeah, I hope so. Where'll it be? World Cup. Let's use our brains here. Yeah, third place for Italy. You're right. You are correct. We've won on a penalty shootout. This game is broke. Game's broken. Right. Up next then. Griezmann and Muller regens. I'll take a look at them after. But I'm going to get to another game here in our pre-season. So we're actually making moves forward in this career mode a little bit. And we'll rotate the team for this one. Why not? We'll go with the second team. I don't know who it'll even put out, but we'll go with whatever team that says. Except for Chilwell comes out for we'll give Palacios a send-off. Hopefully a send-off. I hope he goes. No offense to him, but it would give us squad room. Albie Holmes is going to be going soon as well. Do we give Holmes just one game because he's on his way out? I can't even find him. There's so many players I can't even find where Albie Holmes is. He might have already gone. Oh, he's there. Way too many players. We'll give him a send-off on the wing. Fuck it, why not? Anyway, this is the team we'll use against Almeria, except for Blanchard because he's tired. If the World Cup's over, Harry Howell should be back, right? Yeah, sweet. We'll do that. Rojas in goal, and Nkosi and Alonso as the fullbacks. Tomlinson and Hansen as the centre-backs, with Tomlinson just being the captain in charge today. And Nkosi and Dalton as the centre midfielders. Holmes off the left, Roberts off the right, I should say, with Howell and Arango up front. I'm fully expected to lose this, by the way, but it gives a bit more chance for some of the other players in the team. So let's play playable highlights at the Stadio Mestalla. I'm going to open my drink real quick. Alright, first attack goes to us. Comes to Ollie Dalton. He has a chance to prove himself in pre-season this year in these little highlight games. Didn't feel as good last year in the league. Howell, through on goal. Oh, I've run the wrong way. And now Almeria. This is the other time we're going to be using playable highlights now, by the way. We play every game. I started this save using playable highlights, but I realised that the playable highlights were holding us back more than helping us. So we're going to be playing every game. Good save, Rojas. Probably could have put Duncan in, actually, because Duncan's back now. Give him a good warm-up before the new season. At the same time, we'll give him a rest from the World Cup as well. Alonso comes across and does the job. Bring it away. And now we've got an attack. This could be a good attack as well. There's plenty of bodies here that Dalton could play it through to. And that's a good ball to Jay Marango. He's got the pace here. Gonna knock off to Ethan Roberts. There we go. 1-0 Hartlepool. That was smart from Marango to knock it back to Roberts. And I really want Arango to succeed. I don't know if he ever will, but I really want him around to see if he can. Crossing opportunity for Hartlepool. I'm going to try and knock us back and pass it off. Lovely. That's not as lovely. It was meant to be a simple basic A pass, but apparently it's just launched itself. Free kick for Almeria. Of course, he's fallen over. That should be caught by Rojas without really a lot of issue. 5-0, fair enough, mate. My prediction was wrong then. Dominating them. Dalton out to Roberts. That's such a shit touch, man. This might sound weird, but it feels more difficult to play this game in the highlights than it does in the actual matches. And I'm probably just making excuses because I'm struggling, but it does feel a bit more difficult. Free kick again. Fair enough, mate. I'm not going to argue with that. That's a banger of a free kick. I should have been more prepared. We'll take a draw, but that was a fantastic free kick from the computer. Madness. Fair enough, I guess. I can't argue with the equaliser. I should have maybe been a lot more aware of it. Maybe should have put someone on the line. I didn't. And we'll take the point, honestly. This is really just trying to get a bit more funds into our bank. Even though we've got plenty of money, that's not the issue. We want to get some good experience for these players before the start of the season. Roberts for us, Robertoni for them. 1-1. Not too shabby then. 7.9 for Robertoni, 6.3 for Swiderski, and 6.2 for Carmona for them. For us, it was 8.3 for Roberts, 7.5 for Arango, and 7.1 for Ronnie Hansen. Looking at the stats then, 51 to 49 turns of possession in favour of ourselves, 7 shots to 5 in favour of Almeria, with 3 chances in favour of our... well, 3 chances to 1 in favour of Almeria. If I could speak, would be great, wouldn't it? 17 shots to 0. Fuck it, you absolutely destroyed him. Fair enough. I thought Sheffield Wednesday might put up a fight. Roberts off and running. Lovely jubbly. Roberts scored his first goal of the season to help Hartlepool United to a 1-1 draw against Almeria. I don't want to call them 1861. I can't believe Rodriguez got a 60 million bid for him as well, and he's still not going to be going ever. Crazy that. But someone who will be going, unfortunately, is this man. I forgot who it was that I was selling. I think it's Harvey Holmes, but I might be wrong. I think this is Albie Holmes jetting off to FC Andorra as the Hartlepool United clear-out continues. 1.4 million for the winger, who unfortunately was never going to get a place because we just have so many quality wingers. A C rating, they wouldn't pay much more, so I couldn't get up to whatever the game's going to tell me I could have got. Yeah, cool. No chance. Right then, as we continue, we're going to get any more offers in before Genoa. There is Lebohang Malango. He's going to get a loan deal to Palace. And for Malango, this has got to be proving ground, because if he can perform at Palace, one of the top teams in the Championship, he'll be able to perform for us, which would be fantastic. He might come up against us in the first game of the season, I just realised. Lebohang Malango on a season-long loan deal to Crystal Palace. I think that's a smart move. We've got good options, and I'm planning on bringing someone else in, hopefully before the Palace game, but we'll see. Holmes sold, Malango loaned it out. So who? Muller and Griezmann, that was it. I knew I had to check people's regens before. I couldn't remember who it was, though. Muller and Greasy Griezmann. We still need to find that backup goalkeeper. Obviously not yet, because what's his face hasn't gone yet. Rojas. What's Muller's game position in this game? It's cam, innit? He starts off as a cam in FIFA, doesn't he? Oh, we might end up finding the Goetze regen as well at the same time. Thomas Muller. He hasn't retired, or he has retired, sorry, so his regen could be along here somewhere. And I'm assuming it's Max Schmitz. I'm not going to say it absolutely is, but we'll put a little scout on him. He looks like the most likely to be. And this Matthias Zimmerman might be the Goetze regen, I don't know, but I think this has got to be the Muller region here. Max Schmitz. If he's got a decent rating, I might even bring him in. And then Griezmann. I think he'll still be playing. Yeah, he is. 35 years of age. He's at Brighton. He's retiring at the end of this season. All right. If I remember, I'll check Griezmann's regen next year. Wish there was a way you could check who's retiring at the end of each season. Then you can check the regens next year. Like an easier way of doing it. Vardy. He'll really retire now, but I don't know if his regen will be any good. Because there'll probably be a lot more other English strikers that might have better ratings. It'll be hard to distinguish an English striker out of this lot, because there'll be a lot of them. That's the only issue. Vardy will definitely be retired at this point. Yeah. But it's just going to be the fact that there's so many English strikers that it'll be hard to figure out which one's him. Score prediction for Leicester versus Wolves in the Carabao Cup round 16. I'm going to say it's 1-1 and then you win on penalties. Problem with searching trying to find Vardy's regen. Arthur Knowles looks pretty okay. William Jennings as well. Vardy's rating towards the end of his career will not be that great. But it could be a good idea to get some of these, this youth. What was the objective? I don't remember. It's a player from the same nation, isn't it? So because we're an English club, we will have to sign an English player. It could be Marcus Taylor. I think for strikers, though, we're probably set. Although I will just keep looking around at everybody. Right, so the final preseason game, then let's get into it. Let's get preseason done. And focus on what we want to do before Palace. So it's Roberts getting his opening goal. England winning the World Cup. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And breaking news. What the oh, I was going to say, why was he at Leeds in the first place? Pablo Gavi being unveiled to Lyon after moving from Leeds. Goodness knows why he was at Leeds. Mohamed Ali Cho has gone to Burnley. Nathan Collins to Sporting. Fabio Vieira has gone to Bayern Munich. Far cry from real life. Although he did score the winning penalty yesterday. I'll be back later on next stream. No worries, man. KDB regen. Yeah, good idea. I will need to check him out if he's regened yet. No, he's still playing. But yeah, I hope you enjoy your day, mate. And I will see you next time, hopefully. And he's not retiring in the next season either. De Bruyne is at Spurs still. As we progress to the other match in this tournament on penalties. Yeah, I think it'll happen again. It's going to be a difficult challenge for you. Has the manager rating gone up at all while we've been arsing around here? No, it stayed at 50. Okay, whatever. I've not done any objectives, so I suppose. Right, then the final game of pre-season against Salernitana. We might as well go all out. Got our best 11, see what we can provide. This 11 at the moment that we've got probably does challenge for promotion. But there's obviously a couple of upgrades we can make as well. So take a look at this team at the Estadio Santiago Bernabéu. We're playing at Bernabéu. No worries, man. Have a good day. Duncan in goal. Moffat and Gomez as the fullbacks. Galloway and Contreras as the centre-backs. Diop and Cochrane as centre-mids. Cho off the left. Roberts off the right. Blanchard and Rodriguez up front. Rodriguez as the captain. Let's see what we can do in playable highlights against Salernitana. We might be playing again here soon enough if we face Real Madrid ever. But we've got it tonight in this preseason tournament. It's Genoa, sorry, not Salernitana. My bad, I got very confusion for some reason. I think they were in the group in the preseason tournament. Diop heads the free kick away and we can go. But Genoa with early pressure on us here. I need to be finished this episode 4 o'clock at the latest, and it's 10 to 3. Because I've got an appointment at 15:15, and it's about a 10-minute drive, so If I can get this done by 4 o'clock. It'll be uploaded tonight, of course. Ochoa towards, was that Galloway? I don't think he got enough on it, but I think it was Galloway. Now Genoa off the right, ball in towards Galloway, it's headed away. Not fully away though, unfortunately, but Moffat comes across and deals with the danger. And now a Hartlepool counter-attack. We do have the pace, it's just, does this game let me pass properly? Malik Diop. The answer is no. 1-0 to you, fair play. You might still beat... I mean, Wolves aren't that difficult to beat because they don't really have a striker. Although Jimenez always seems to do well in career mode. This kid is on mad speed. Got to the edge of the byline and it's in for Duncan to catch. I'll also take a point here. I mean, it'd be decent money that we get from this anyway. I'd like to win the whole thing, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think I'll really care either too much. Is it putting Corsi at centre-back? Okay. Might have a chance here. Giller and Corsi on. Blanchard. Rodriguez. Rodriguez feels body slow, I'll tell you that much. And Corsi. Inside to Roberts. Oh, what a pass. What a finish. Ethan Roberts might have won us this match. At the Bernabeu. It might not be the only goal Ethan Roberts ever scores at the Bernabeu. Could be the last chance saloon for Genoa here to build. Well, yeah, I guess to build to an equaliser. To score one. I don't know why my left back is playing at centre back. I'm still not sure about that. Gomez heading it back to Duncan, and that should be that. And that is that. We win in the Bernabeu on the final day of pre-season. 7 points. Will it be enough to get us a good amount of money out of this tournament? The team looks good. Roberts looks electric. I'm excited to see what his team can bring against Palace, to be honest. There is one player I'd like to bring in, and it's not the backup goalkeeper just yet. We're going to be scouting that over the window. There is one player I'd like to bring in off the rip, and I think that is Fran Marino from Dortmund. I'd like to do that sooner rather than later. Just for a bit more attacking quality. We do have good attacking quality, but I'd like to use him. I'm obviously not going to fill this squad too much until players depart. Ethan Roberts winning the game here at the Bernabeu. That's a legendary moment for him, scoring at the Bernabeu. It might not be the only time he does it. 9.4 for Roberts, 8 rated for Galloway as well, 7.9 for Douglas Moffat, 6.6 for Barney, 6.4 for Bianchi, and 6.3 for Vieira were Genoa's best players. 55 to 45 in terms of possession. 3 shots to 3, well, 3 shots each as well, I should say, and 1 chance each. But we made the best of our chances, and Roberts gives us a win on the final pre-season day. Does that mean we win the pre-season tournament? I don't know. I guess we'll see in a minute. Well, I guess we won't see in a minute because it's put us onto the league now. We came joint, well, I guess joint first, but they won on goal difference. Fair enough. That's fine. Decent little pre-season, that. Inbox. We should have some money coming out of that as well. Well, it's unfortunate that we didn't win the European International Cup. The most important thing, though... So I don't think we're getting any money from it. Never mind, I think you have to win it to get money, which is fine. Ronnie Hansen's apparently hit his potential of 72, which is annoying because that's the exact same potential as Galloway. But it does give these guys one good season to see what they can do for us. If we somehow do defy the odds and get promoted to the Premier League, this squad is going to need even bigger of an overhaul than what it's getting this year. But at the moment, I'm happy to give players chances. So Roberts bags winner against Genoa. I don't know where he is on this picture. It's not a very good picture of him. Roberts scores to wrap up Hartlepool United's victory against Genoa. The International Cup player of the tournament has been announced as Hartlepool's Ethan Roberts. You'll love to see it. And Montpellier have claimed the title to round off the latest European International Cup season. Defenders to watch in 2026, Alphonso Davies, Nuno Mendes, Martinez, who's not Barcelona, that's pain, and Marquinhos. We've still got Rodriguez in demand. Aston Villa, the latest to want him. Rodriguez's agent has revealed that Aston Villa have approached Hartlepool in an attempt to sign a prolific striker who finished last year as the league's top scorer, I should say, with 27 goals. Aston Villa representatives were non-committal when asked about a potential move for 21-year-old striker, so it's no secret that Rodriguez will be one of the most valuable prospects in this transfer market after his performance last season. At this moment, we are looking at several options to improve our attack, and given his recent form, it would be silly for us to rule out being interested in him. He's gone nowhere. Not for sale. We're doing with Rodriguez what Spurs are doing with Kane, except we're going to keep him on the contract. Rodriguez ain't going nowhere. I think we actually renewed a couple of the bigger players' contracts in this squad, if I do remember correctly, the other day as well. Off screen, I didn't do it on screen. So some wages have gone up. Fran Ochoa now at 5.9, Malik up at 5.2, Roberts at 5.1, Rodriguez accepting 3.5. But long-term deals for some of the bigger names that I would see secure places in this team for the long term, pretty much. They'll be about for a while. Let's see if we get any more transfers out before we get to Palace. Reece McGregor, loan deal. I'll allow that to go through. Levante, if he has a good season at Levante and kicks on well, he'll be in the first team next year. Anyone else before the Palace game? McGregor loan agreement. There's not a lot of offers coming in, which is kind of annoying. Because I want to do a whole clear out to make space, and it's just not happening because nobody's coming in for my players. Martin Munoz transfer offer. Thank you for Millie-Sao. I'm glad you're getting the hint. We're going to ask for a bit more, though. Because he's worth a bit more than that. I reckon 3.5 is probably a good number. Probably could ask for a bit more, but got a decent bit of money. They'll accept, I should say, 3.5 million. And then before we get into this, we're going to make negotiations, hopefully successfully, with Borussia Dortmund for Fran Marino. Still showing great potential. We're going to go in and see what we can do here for new Cam. Just to add a bit more competition, a bit more spice to that midfield. Fran Marino comes in at 5.5 million. And they've accepted it. Straight on the valuation. We probably maybe could have even done it for a little less. But that was simple and easy. Now it's just about the wage. I don't know what wage he's on. We'd have to probably shell out quite a bit on the wage. He may become our highest paid player, but might be worth it, genuinely. Important. He'll be in for a lot of the time. Yes, don't you worry. A 4-year deal. We'll try and give him a 5. See if how long we can keep him. That's fine. It's more the wages. I'm not really sure what to offer here. I'm really hoping they're the ones that say money. Ah, bollocks. I don't really know what to offer here. How could we go 10k and then a substantial signing bonus? I think that probably would do it. I beg they either accept this or counter it. They've accepted it. So he will become the highest paid player. I've probably overdone it. But I want to make sure he's about and make sure he knows he's valued to this team because he will be starting against Palace. Full-time 5-1 Leicester. Oh, I was bloody wrong again then. So the first arrival of this season, Fran Marino coming in from Borussia Dortmund. Showing great potential, so he's still got a bit of time to grow. And could be a fun player to use. He'll be starting against Palace just to see what he's about. And signing from Marino reminds me to maybe go through the kit numbers and see what we want to do in terms of kit numbers. Apparently that's a C rating despite getting him for his valuation. I'm starting to not understand how these negotiations work anymore because I feel like it made sense at some point, but they're saying I could have gone for 4.2 million. This game's taking the absolute piss, to be quite frank with you, to be quite honest, brutally honest as well. There's a couple more players I was potentially interested in, such as Philip Winter, maybe bringing in a bit more to that striker position, but we'll sit in the back seat with that. Burn Jacobs as well, he'd be a good backup goalkeeper. So we're just going to keep an eye on that. We're not going to do anything just yet. We're going to advance to Palace. Hopefully we get another transfer offer beforehand. No, we don't. I do want to bring these guys up as well. We've just got, again, no room. It's ridiculous how nobody's going. Prince Ibrahim, he looks fantastic, ready to get promoted. All these look ready to get promoted. It's just nobody wants to get sold, and it's pissing me off. And Tomlinson wants to fucking go against. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's sometimes I'll give players games. This is not one of those times. We'll be going with our best squad. In fact, not quite our best squad because we'll be starting Marino in this one. So let's get Fran Marino involved. Let's sort all this out because there's too many players here, and I'm actually getting pissed off. Like, without sounding like a dickhead. Nobody's signing the 15 players I've put for sale, and it's just clogging up my squad. And I can, even if I want to release players, I can only release 2. It's just frustrating me a little bit, I can't lie. McGregor comes in to start, I think. Galloway and Contreras, of course. Moffat, Diop, Cochrane. Roberts. I'll sort the bench up properly another time, but we'll just... But actually, I need to make sure I've got a good bench. Marino comes in here. I'm hoping if I don't play the players that I want to sell, maybe they'll get the message. That'll be it. That's the... oh, actually, hold on. That's the team for the game against Palace then. So, the championship begins now. For that, though, take a look at the news quickly. See if anything else has been announced. I don't think so. Cochrane to start. Well, this is going to be an interesting one because Fran Marino's been brought in. I think I might keep him as the 24, to be honest. It's not a bad number. Hartlepool have announced on their website that they have completed the transfer of Fran Marino from Borussia Dortmund for a fee of 5.5 million. The 20-year-old attacking midfielder from Argentina enjoyed a fruitful spell at his former club Borussia Dortmund and joins his new teammates with a glowing reputation as a player who can add a little something extra to any team he plays for. His new manager was over the moon with his new signing, saying, "I can't wait to get him in the team and start working with him. He's going to give us a big boost and the extra motivation we've been sorely lacking in recent weeks." Initial reports suggest that the player will receive a 10k weekly salary in his new club. Why is it I always hiccup when I'm recording? When I'm not recording, I'm not hiccuping. Media gossip about the future of Jack Cochrane has begun to run wild after the signing of Fran Marino from Borussia Dortmund. With a new face as impressive Marino coming in, it looks like this could spell the end of the road for Jack Cochrane as a start for Hartlepool United. Most pundits agree neither player will be happy being anything other than first choice. That's why they're going to be fighting for this spot. So, there you go. It's a good fight to have between two very good players. Kabak's gone to Bologna. I remember when he was like the next big thing. I remember when he got loaned to Liverpool. That was a weird time. Anyway. See what we've got to say at the pre-match press conference, boys. I don't think we're going to get autos, if I'm going to be honest. That's what the board want, but I don't think we're going to get it. We'll give it our best, but it's not going to be easy. That's all I'm saying. Right, from Marino from Dortmund, and everybody's looking forward to seeing him in action. He is going to get a debut, to be fair. I don't know why we can't answer that saying yes, he's going to get the debut. It's a big fixtures kick off a new season. You're not fucking wrong. One of the biggest teams who'll probably win the league, or at least be in the promotion conversation, Crystal Palace, at Selhurst Park. I want a good performance. Even if we don't win, I want to see that we're, you know, about it. We're ready to go. I don't think we will win. Don't get me wrong. Palace think we're probably too good for us. But at the same time, I'd like to see what we're able to do. We might be able to pull off something. Right, I think that's us. So obviously, we only play the first game of the season, so this is technically the final game of today. So Crystal Palace, and then it doesn't get any easier. Look at some of these teams. Norwich are still here, so we come up against Nezovic again. There's going to be a lot of contenders at the top, and I don't know if we will be able to be one of them. I'm happy just to get a mid-table season here, probably, to be honest. That team is strong as well. Bailo in goal. Pereira and Amoso at centre-back. We've got fucking Perot up front. It's a difficult team to beat. No sign of Zaha, Elise, Eze. I'm assuming because they've been relegated, they probably left the club, but that is still a very good squad for Crystal Palace. Duncan in goal, Moffat and McGregor as the fullbacks, Galloway and Contreras as the centre-backs, Diop, CDM, Marino, Cam, Ochoa off the left, now 80 rated, Roberts off the right, Blanchard and Rodriguez up top, with Rodriguez captain the side. And this could be a baptism of fire for Oliver McGregor to come back to, but I think he can handle it. So let's put all the goal news on for the championship season, and let's just fight the good fight. Even if we don't win, let's just give it our all. Because that's all we can do against Palace. They're a very good team. We are a decent team, but I don't know if we're ready for the Premier League just yet. So that is the team. We're ready to go. At Selhurst Park, it's Crystal Palace versus Hartlepool United. I'm playing in simming games. I only ask for score predictions for big games. Fair enough. Well, a new season is underway. Season 5 kicks off in potentially the biggest way. A trip to Selhurst Park for Hartlepool United as they take on Crystal Palace. I'd be remiss to say that we'll win this, because I feel like we'll put up a good fight. I just don't see us getting the dub. But maybe I'm underestimating my team. Maybe I'm underestimating myself. What I do know is that we're going to give it our all, and that's all we can give. We can't do less than the best. Still a very strong Palace team, and they will definitely be up there in the conversation, if not win the league. They're definitely favourites. Bailo is an incredible goalkeeper, and Perrault's an incredible striker. We still need to figure out who we're going to bring in as the backup goalkeeper. Should Rojas go, which I'm hoping he does. I'm hoping some of these players actually sell at some point. You're saying 3-1 Hartlepool, Aiden. Fucking hell. I'd like to share your confidence. I'd like to have a good performance here, but Palace might just be that little bit too good. Although we'll see. We'll see. We have got a strong team. With Fran Marino coming in, making his debut. McGregor coming back to the team with a baptism of fire, and that front four looking sharp in pre-season. I don't see a situation where maybe I reckon we could get playoffs. But even though we're that good, even though the team is good, it's going to be difficult to get to that next level, to get automatic promotion, and of course, to get to that promised land, the Premier League. Palace just relegated last year. They'll be looking for instant promotion again. Perrault tackled by Diop, and we'll bring it away with Moffat. They'll be looking for instant promotion again. It's just going to be difficult. 46 difficult games. There'll be no easy games. That's brilliant from Ochoa. Into Moffat. Blanchard. Can he turn inside? He can. He can't. Falls back to Ochoa. And tackle put in. I was trying to get maybe to Rodriguez there, but couldn't find the space to get the ball through. And now it's at Giampong, who I know is quite fast. McGregor's got a big task on his hands today. Joel Perrault. He's played across. I thought Diop would intercept that. He didn't, which is interesting. And a long shot. Testing Duncan to open this game here. It could have been 1-0 Palace. Roy Hodgson. I don't think he'll still be in charge 5 seasons down the line, but he's still in charge in his career mode. Carvalho played it short. Is that Fabio Carvalho? I think it might be. Or William Carvalho, I'm not really sure. Hughes off the edge of the area now. Inside, it's going to be tackled by Moffat. And Moffat does well to make sure it comes away from Hughes as well. McGregor spots Roberts down the right-hand side here. Moso's got a talent to deal with. The Roberts byline run. Oh, I've not done that. I've not done that. I don't know what's happened there. I tried to cut it back and it didn't cut back at all. Okay. I mean, that's not what you want to do if you're Roberts on your opening day of the championship. But I was looking for, honestly, I was looking at people to try and pass it into. And I pressed, well, I wanted to press the pass, but I just did an extra touch. Bailo with a mistake there. Rodriguez keeping him on his toes, testing him. That could have gone wrong for Palace. Bilo delivering it straight to the League One top scorer last year. Diop cuts it out. Bournemouth lead Norwich. Tati Castellanos. Always seems to go to Bournemouth in my career modes. Amada runs out of room to throw in to Hartlepool. It's a big game atmosphere here, especially for the Palace fans, because they'll be, like I said, one of the favourites to go up. But we are definitely in the conversation with the quality we've got. Will we be able to make a step up, though? It's a big step from League One to the Championship, as well as back-to-back-to-back promotions. It's a big ask from the board. Will it occur? Ochoa towards Marino. It's away. Well, as far as Blanchard, who can't direct it to Ochoa, and it will be a goal kick. This next step up, I mean, League 2 to League 1 was bad enough. It was a fight the whole way, and we did end up coming on top of that fight by just 1 point. What is Bilo doing? Carl Bilo is having a nightmare. His distribution has been poor. He's trying to play it to his defenders. It went straight past them, fell to Rodriguez. And honestly, Palace not doing great at the back. Bilo's a good goalkeeper, as you can tell with some of his saves. But with some of these goalkeeper kicks and getting the ball out of his area, it's not been great so far. Ethan Roberts towards 6'6". Not enough on the header, and Bilo holds on. He likes to throw the ball out rather than kick it away, which makes sense because every time he's kicked it, it's gone straight to Carlos Rodriguez. So I can understand his hesitation. Galloway, good read. Oh, man. Well, I suppose it's getting thrown into the deep end. A baptism of fire in the Championship. I quite like it, to be honest. It shows if we can stick with the big boys or not. Fran Ochoa, is it going to make it to Ethan Roberts? It does, kind of, but the touch doesn't help. And now Joel Perrault could go for Contreras, closing it down, no. Getting pressure, but it'll get it to Moffat. Crystal Palace versus Leicester penalty shootout score prediction. You're going to win 3-2 on pens. Moffat into Diop. Now Ochoa. We've been competitive. We just haven't found that goal yet, which is not surprising because these guys are one of the top teams in the league. Blanchard couldn't get enough of a connection on it. Bilo is not looking too good with his distribution. We maybe need to focus on that. He can't seem to get the ball quite far. He'll throw it if he can. So if he can close down the short options, he'll have to kick it and we'll get the ball. Ball out to Ebioe. I believe that's one of the Crystal Palace Youth Academy players, if I'm not mistaken. Diop will direct that to Duncan. Yet to be a goal here at Selhurst Park, which honestly I'll take. If we draw 0-0, fine. Absolutely fine. Fran Ochoa to Blanchard. I was going to change the sliders up a little bit. I haven't done that yet. I still might. Fran Ochoa to Moffat. Inside to, well, it was intended for Blanchard. I think he tried to lock onto Rodriguez for whatever reason. I set it back to too far forward. Let's just try and bring him back a bit. Moffat gets enough of a foot in from Ebioe. And we'll just keep it away from the pressing Palace attack. Palace have got quite a good team, to be honest. I mean, I see why they've gone down. They've not got enough out-and-out quality, but they've not got a bad team at all. Marino blocked to Rodriguez. I think he's offside. He's not. I thought he was offside. That's why I didn't shoot. I should have just shot and hoped. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm a genuine idiot. That could have been 1-0. Always play to the whistle. Contreras, good tackle. He's going to continue the progress as well. Rodriguez, Blanchard. Could it be 1-0? Just over the top from Achille Blanchard. Had Bilo scrambling though. We look like we belong in the Championship, if nothing else. Do you get a fingertip to that? No, he didn't. I thought it looked a bit like he did. Thing is, here with Bilo, can't seem to kick it too well. He's done okay there, but 6'6" will win that. We've kept. I'd argue we've been the better team, you know. Fran Ochoa, keeping it alive. Fran Marino. There's two Frans now. I've got to remember there's two Frans. One's Marino, one's Ochoa. Now counter-attack perhaps on the cards for Palace. Just keep an eye on them because Perot is very good. This youth kid, Ebioe, probably will be quite good now. And of course, Achiampong is fast. Nothing else. It's a tackle on a Chower and it will be a throw-in. I mean, I quite like this. I quite like this battle. Choa caught again with another tackle from Traore. I think I still might change the sliders a little bit. But not by much. I feel like this is a good kind of level. Moffat, Ochoa, Blanchard. Let's try to get to Diop. It's gone back to Ochoa instead. We've got very defensive here. Moffat's still forward. Back to Ochoa again. Diop on the edge of the area. Gonna try one. Diop. Don't know if it was going on target, but Bilo had to make sure. That Christopher Quigley asking for some minutes. He might get some minutes as well. Can't remember all the shirt numbers, to be honest with you. Fran Ochoa towards Blanchard. It's going to be headed away. Rodriguez is going to keep it alive though. But then it's intercepted by Hermoso. And honestly, at the break, I'll take a 0-0. I feel like we've been the better team as well. Fran Marino felt decent, actually, when he had the ball. Commentators talking shit on Fran Marino, but I thought he did alright. Well, taking a look at around the grounds then in the other games. Luton Town leading Swansea 1-0. Millwall leading Preston 1-0. 0-0 I should say between Sheffield United and QPR. 2-1 to Bournemouth over Norwich. 1-0 to Bristol City over Shrewsbury. And then 1-1 between Reading and Wigan. Half time around the grounds. It's 0-0 here at Sellers Park, which I'll absolutely take. And it feels like we've been the better team. Palace haven't threatened too much and we managed to keep them quiet, which is exactly what I like about this team. But we haven't been able to find a goal ourselves, and I feel like we deserve it more than they do, to be honest. Looking at these stats, I'm correct. 60-40 in terms of possession, 7 shots to 1, and 1.3 expected goals to 0.1. Some goalkeeping mistakes from Bilo. If he makes many more of them, we will snap him up eventually. It's just a matter of time. Obviously now we're shooting the other way. Can we find a goal? Roberts getting pressured. McGregor. Not much to do today. Roberts inside to Rodriguez. Again, he's not had much of a chance to show himself in this league. Can't find the ball for it. Roberts and can't win it back off Achiampong. This might actually be an okay. I'll maybe just tweak him a little bit. Go away. Out and out to Traore. Moffat's going to come and meet Palace player. Traore gets past him once. Inside to Will Hughes. Bowie. It's blocked by Galloway. Contreras able to find a way out of trouble there. Roberts has got room to run into now. Goodmanson has left space. Ethan Roberts going to knock it back to Rodriguez. Into Marino. Blocked by Danilo. Pereira. I think it's going to be a throw-in. Oh, it's actually been kept in by Achiampong. And he actually wins it back from the McGregor pass. He's putting in a lot of work there. Somehow Palace are going to get the ball back here. 2-0 to Luton over Watford with Adebayo scoring again. Still 0-0 here, but I feel like we competed very well. And we actually could be, we're actually in the better spot for the win. Can Ochoa get there? It's a bit heavy from Malik Diop. In the EFL Cup you got Arsenal, and in the FA Cup you got Spurs. Ah, Jesus. Rather you than me. I don't know who I've got yet. I think I've got Gillingham in the first round. Isn't too bad. The second team will run out for that one. Perot and Hughes working together. Diop gets half touch to it, but it's not going to be enough. Offside though against Jorge. And came back onside to get that ball. Or Jorge, I don't know how you pronounce it. Anyway, he was offside, came back on, got the ball. We'll get a free kick out of it. Moffat to Galloway. Yup. Ochoa's been Ochoa, I guess, on the left. Creative and solid. Ochoa, Diop, Marino, Rodriguez. Trying to find a way through his defence is difficult. Blanchard into Diop, Marino, McGregor. Trying to find a way around Goodmanson here. It's good Palace defence, to be fair. Blanchard, Diop, back to Blanchard. Try to work this through, man. Marino, Blanchard, Marino. It's not where I want it to go, but Ochoa. Patience could work. It's going to be blocked. I mean, I got patient for a while. We did some good passing play, but that's why Palace is just going to be near the top this season. Galloway cuts it out. Ochoa. Rodriguez. Blanchard. Roberts. Oh, it's not quite gone how I wanted there at all. McGregor into Diop. Malik Diop through. He's not a shooter, and it shows. We're going to make some changes. We might need a little bit more just to see this one through. We're going to bring on Barlow as well for his first appearance. And Christopher Quigley for Kelly Blanchard. Might be an unlikely hero today. Diop's been solid in the defence, but he really can't shoot. That's what I've realised from this man. Accidentally simmed Arsenal and Spurs, drew 2-2 with Arsenal and lost 2-1 against Spurs. That's not too bad, I suppose. But the loss obviously can't be good. It's not good in a cup competition, but still, not awful. It could have been worse. Could have lost both. I've messed up here in McGregor, big style. At Chimpong. He's doing so well. I can't get the ball off him. It's like glued to his feet. Ball across. Sorted by Moffat. Marino. Quigley. To Barlow. It wasn't the full power of the pass I wanted there. Ball caught by Galloway. Who, even though he won't grow too much more, he plays like way more than a 72 rating, so we're keeping him around. Don't care. There's a couple of players in this squad I'm keeping because I want to, alright, rather than their ratings. Rodriguez might be offside. Who was that? Quigley tried one from range. Maybe not the best idea. "15 minutes to go. Still no goals yet. Second leg versus Arsenal. 2-1 win to you. Cochran to Moffat. Barlow. Rodriguez. It's not enough to get to Marino there. We're going to have to be a bit better off the passes. This is a new, improved league against one of the best teams in the league. We're holding them 0-0 just now, but who knows? There's still time for them to do something. There's still time for us to do something too. Perot inside. Ball in to Hughes. It's a powerless shot, really. Duncan doesn't have to do much. Good luck in. Get that dub. Beat Arsenal, for the love of God. Never hear the end of it. Marino. Roberts. Rodriguez was on as well, but that's a brilliant sliding interception from Pereira. Marino to McGregor. I don't know if that's a foul or a throw. I think it's going to be given as a throw. McGregor to Marino. Rodriguez. From Marino. Oh, it's tackled by Goodmanson. I thought that the young new player might have got through there. Rodriguez launched it out to Roberts. Back in. Rodriguez. Roberts. This is painful trying to get through his defence. Rodriguez. Marino. Oh, Bilo again. 5 minutes to go. Pereira coming off for Gatti. 5 minutes left. Will it be late drama? A late winner in this one. Barlow. Ball in. Towards Galloway. Oh, it wasn't far off. It was not far off at all. Ewan Galloway could have done it there at Sellers Park. Imagine if somebody does it at Sellers Park. Imagine if someone from Hartlepool proves to be the hero. Galloway wins it back. You know how much we like to push these last minutes. We've seen a lot of last minute winners, a lot of limbs in this career mode. Will we see more today? Rodriguez, McGregor. Come on, boys. Push, push, push. Roberts, Cochrane. Inside. Christopher Quigley is blocked by Gatti. Comes out to Barlow, who gets absolutely snapped by Jorge. A minute left plus whatever injury time. Barlow. Inside, not quite how I wanted the pass to go. What's the time saying? 3 added minutes. Will it be Palace at Selhurst Park? Ball inside, it's cleared by Moffat. Maybe we'll get one more run here, maybe we won't. It's poor passing. Hughes, cracking save from Duncan. Will it stay 0-0? Palace will probably have the last chance of the game here. I want to see limbs in my game and your game. I want to see limbs as well, but I don't want them to be limbs from Crystal Palace. And we might not have enough time to counter here. Last chance of the game, possibly. It's headed away. No, it's not. Duncan catches. And I'm honestly just going to take the 0-0. Decent opening result, to be honest. No goals. But at the same time, no problems. We didn't lose. We didn't win, but we didn't lose. Against one of the best teams that are going to be in this league. That's fine. A draw's fine. Marino couldn't quite find a goal today. Nobody could. Bailo, like I said, a very good goalkeeper. Didn't make those mistakes that we should have taken advantage of. But I'll take that, honestly. First game of the season against probable title favourites. A point. We get a point for ourselves, take 2 points off Palace. Although, the stats won't show it like that because we probably deserve to win. Bailo did very well after the initial hiccups in goal. Looking at that, I'm surprised we haven't come away with the win. 60-40 in terms of possession, 14 shots to 5. And 2.7 expected goals to 0.7. It was hard to try and break our defence down, but when we did, Bailo was ready as well. It's a great performance from a great goalkeeper. We're unlucky to not get 3 points. But like I said, at the start, I'd be happy with a draw, and that's what we got. Man of the match goes to Douglas Moffat, who kept that. I don't even think they used the right side purely because of how much Moffat was doing. Just cancelling out a Bowie every time. An 8 rating for him. Rodriguez 7.5, Galloway 7.5. Decent ratings from some decent players. 4 shots on his goal today. Logan Duncan keeps the clean sheet as well. 4 saves. None of them really too taxing, to be fair, but apart from that last minute one. Man of the match goes to Frank Achiampong, though, who he was very threatened down that left-hand side. And on occasion, I thought he was going to be the breakthrough man. I thought he was going to be the man to steal it. Mari Traore, 7.6. Justin Bailo, not Carl Bailo. I'm thinking Carl Darlow. I'm a fucking idiot. We called him bloody Carl, and his name's Justin. 7 shots on his goal, 7 saves, 82 rated. Probably the best goalkeeper in the league. Some great ratings in this Palace squad. Hermoso 82, Perot 80, Goodmanson 81, Pereira 79, William Carvalho 79. I'm not really happy with the draw, actually, looking at some of these ratings. Because it could have gone a lot worse, really. I'm just seeing if we've got any regens as well that we could maybe poach. But that's a great result. Might have been a boring game to watch, and I apologise if it was, but a great result. A point against the favourites. I think Marino didn't live up to his billing. I think we put him against a hard opponent. I think against... I think once he settles in, he'll be a lot better. Be realistic. He's not going to be, like, the best game one. There wasn't much between the two teams today. What do you make of the result? We did keep a clean sheet. What? I saw 2 very committed teams. I think at the moment, I'm gonna I'm gonna tweak the sliders slightly, not too much. So I feel like it was a good level. Maybe we're attacking too much, which I guess is the whole point. But I feel like it's a bit easy to attack. So maybe I'll change the sliders around a bit like that. And Roberts is just too good. He's just too good for this league. Quite frankly, he's too good for Hartlepool. But he's a loyalist. He's very much a loyalist. Won't go anywhere anytime soon. He wants to be here when Hartlepool reach the top. And I'm happy to have him here when they do. If they do. But more when, hopefully. Carlos Rodriguez, latest offer. It's from Sporting. I think they offered for him before as well. And we rejected him before as well. We're rejecting 60 million. We're sure as hell rejecting 46.9. Tomlinson was unhappy to be left out, but it was Crystal Palace, mate. You can have a game down the line, but at the moment, I can't be giving you games, especially against probably the best team in the league. And Fran Marino's happy to be a right winger, even though he's a cam. I didn't actually put him on a development plan, which is something I meant to do. So we'll do that quickly. And maybe he does work somewhere better than Cam, I don't know. Have a gander through here. He would work better as a winger, wouldn't he? Oh, for Christ's sake. No, we'll keep him at Cam. We'll just work on him at Cam. I may be a better winger, but we've got bloody enough for them. Keep Fran Marino on the straight and narrow growing list here. Some fantastic talents in this squad. I'm excited to see what we can do, honestly. But I'd like to get a couple off the books. Because I can't bloody sign anybody. Hopefully, as we advance to the next game here, we'll get some either rumours, offers, or loan deals, at least. Speaking of which, Reece McGregor will complete his loan deal. This isn't a goodbye, it's just a see you later. Because we know what he's going to be in this side, and that is probably a starter as the seasons go on. I don't see why he wouldn't be. He looks fantastic. 69 rated already, 17 years of age, exciting prospect. It's going to be an interesting one for him. Jack Cochrane's a solid option, of course he is. One of the best players in this club. Yeah, Reece McGregor out on loan for the year to Levante. Any transfer offers? There's another exit. Martin Munoz here from day one. This is a big one, to be fair. Because he was in the very first academy squad. We had 3 Musketeers originally in the academy squad. Ronan Cash, Martin Munoz, and Carlos Rodriguez. This is the second of the 3 to depart. He goes to Familisal for 3.5 million, which I think is a great deal. It's just, I wish he could have worked out in any other position except for on the wing, because he doesn't feel like a winger at all. We've got some reports here coming in as well. An Achille Blanchard transfer offer from Spezia for 4 million, and Dejan Jovelic, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. It's not happening anyway. We don't accept real players at this club, unfortunately. Sorry, mate. Plus, I wouldn't sell them anyway. So, Fabio Duarte. I think these are a couple of the regions we were scouting. Fabio Duarte only 68 rated. He looked a lot better on the cover of things. But that's probably because he's not a left wing back. Looking at these stats, he's absolutely not a left wing back. We could bring him in, change his position, and he'd be good. Just pending on that one. Albert Prieto, that's the Messi regen. Definitely. And obviously he's within the realms of we could sign him if we want. But I'm not going to, because we've got Ethan Roberts. And we've got some good right wingers developing already. Danny Barrios might be the Di Maria region. Doesn't look too good, actually, off first glance. Prieto, I think maybe his potential as well. And then Vorozniak, that is definitely the Lewandowski region. He's going to look fantastic, and we're not going to be signing him. And the Muller region as well. How many more days has he got? 8 days. So we'll find out some of these next episode. And if this guy here, like Deveau, comes out good, we might bring him in as a goalkeeper. And Duncan would unfortunately have to drop to the bench, but or maybe he wouldn't drop to the bench, and we'll have to battle each other for first place in the squad. Duncan denies Crystal Palace. On a frustrating day for Crystal Palace. Fine keeping from Hartlepool United's Duncan helped the side battle to a hard-fought draw. Cardiff lost to West Brom. Huddersfield lost to Watford. Or beat Watford, I should say. What am I on about? Players of Boston midfield in 2026. Joshua Kimmich, Jude Bellingham, Pablo Goncalves, and Frenkie de Jong. Team of the week. We got somebody in there, ladies and gentlemen, on our first day in the championship. Got a player in the team of the week. Douglas Moffat makes it in. Some really good bloody talents in his squad. Marino hoping to improve after lackluster debut. Shabalala, we want to see more from his new man Marino after Marino put in a subpar performance in his first outing. Marino spoke about his disappointment with his own display. I wasn't happy with how I did out there, to be honest. It's early days for me, though. He'll come around. And as we see here, Bruno Fernandes has gone to Leipzig. Leipzig just signing everybody, it seems. Šeško has gone from Rangers to Hellas Verona. That's an interesting one. David Raya from Mönchengladbach from Atalanta to Mönchengladbach. Can Hartlepool... Why does it say this? Of course we can. João Pedro Sousa revealed the latest addition to his squad with the Munoz signing from Hartlepool United with an estimated value of 3.5 million. João Pedro Sousa stated, "This player is going to be a huge success. He's sensational. It remains to be seen what impact his sale is likely to have on Hartlepool United's chances this season. It's unknown whether a replacement has been lined up yet by Shabalala." I can tell you it hasn't. Hartlepool announced the departure of the 20-year-old right-winger Munoz to FC Famalicão after a 3.5 million deal, which will see the player earn a 7.4k a week wage. The Famalicão manager commented, "It's great that we could come to an arrangement over the lad's future. Not only are we happy, but so is Munoz, and that's the main thing." And as you can see here, Famalicão completed the signing of Martin Munoz after Hartlepool accepted a bid in the region of 3.5 million for the 20-year-old wide man. The player, who agreed on £7,400 weekly salary, was presented to the press at the club's training centre earlier. FC Famalicão are a team that are going places, and I'm pleased to be on board. I'm so happy to join such a prestigious club. I will do my best to earn for myself a place in the first 11. The boss and his backroom staff have every confidence in me, and I can't wait to repay their faith. I'm hoping nothing but success for him. It just didn't work from here, though. It didn't feel like he was the right guy on that side. So, I feel like it's a smart move for everyone involved. Why are we getting no more bloody transfer offers here? We've got Cardiff up next, and Jackson Barlow wants another chance, which he will absolutely get. Because even though he didn't really shine against Crystal Palace, it was Crystal Palace, so we'll allow it. So after game 1 of the new season, this is how the table is looking. We sit in 13th after a 0-0 draw against Crystal Palace. On alphabetical order, of course, they go into 12th. At the top at the moment, the teams that won their games. Bournemouth at the top of the table, with Reading in second place. Bristol City, Middlesbrough, Millwall and West Brom in those playoff spots. Hull City, Luton Town, Barnsley, Huddersfield and Sheffield United all win their games. Were us and Palace the only draw? We were. The only draw in the first day. And reading down the table here, the early relegation zone is Coventry, Preston and Shrewsbury. I really hope Shrewsbury can stay up, because it was a bit of a miracle run. They got up in the first place. Carabao Cup, we got Gillingham first round. We should be able to overcome them. We might actually make it past the first round of the Carabao Cup for the first time ever. I think I've read all the news. I think I've done everything I need to do. Nottingham Forest, the next one's to be looking at Rodriguez. And honestly, if I was to sell him, Forest would be a very good destination, because he'd get to link up with Jean-Paul Sarr again. Today's latest transfer rumour is that Nottingham Forest are looking at Hartlepool United's Rodriguez, who was the league top scorer last season with 27 goals. The informed striker is surely going to be a target for a number of top clubs after his prolific performances with Hartlepool, but no official comment have come out of their camp regarding the availability of the 21-year-old. Well, he's not going anywhere, I'll tell you that much. Arsenal have signed Bowie, which is quite a good talent, to be fair, a young talent, who hasn't come through in the career mode yet. But I might as well check, because I think that's me sorted for today's episode. Let's just see who the top moves are in this window. Who's got the biggest move so far? Our club, we've got a couple of deals. I'd like to do a couple more. But the highest transfer fee so far is Xavi Simons to Real Madrid from Fiorentina. He looks like a stud. Look at that man. Very good player. With Javi, Gertruda, Kone to Man United. Not a bad signing, I like that. Hlošek to Juventus. Again, not a bad signing. Szoboszlai to Manchester City. Gonzalo Ramos to Southampton. I mean, he's upgraded there, to be fair. We'll read down to about 70 million, or maybe something like that. Julian Alvarez from West Ham to Getafe, which is an interesting one. Schlotterbeck back to Dortmund from Liverpool. I'm clicking on each one of these because I kind of want to see where they're at right now in career mode as well. Valencia have taken Inacio from Newcastle. Elmas has gone from City back to Napoli, I think, here. I can't remember if he was at Napoli. Maybe was he at Lazio? He might have been at Napoli. I don't remember exactly. I think I'm going to say Napoli. Final answer. Fabio Vieira for 74.9 million to Bayern. Chelsea have sold Dalot to Barcelona. This is a cursed place, isn't it? Conor Gallagher has gone to Milan. Frank Yannick Kessié, who's going to Saudi in real life, it seems like. He's gone to Leverkusen. Nicolas Sula from Dortmund to Milan. Benjamin Šeško from Rangers to Verona. There's some weird transfers going on in this. I'm not going to go over all of them. We'll just have a little scroll down. Bruno to Leipzig's another weird one as well. See if there's any other weird ones about. Gomez, that's the Sergio Ramos regen. He's been sold from Roma to Brentford. Where I did some research on that. Cuevas as well, he's gone from Marseille to Celta Vigo. I don't know who he's the region of. Argentinian centre-back. I'll have to do some research, but he looks alright. Garnacho's gone from Manchester United to Wolves. God damn it, Garnacho, man. Come on. Depay to Liverpool. What traitor. Danjuma to Salernitana. Mamadashvili to Brentford. Kind of realistic. And Devo to Vallecano. This is the man I was thinking of signing. Bollocks. I mean, it's still good. But we'll maybe have a look at options. And then Gibbs White from Inter to Cadiz. Interesting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to end it for today. We're still in a bit of shtick with the manager rating, but we'll figure that out. We still need to sign an English. So next time, what we need to do, sign an English player, get some more sales going. The manager rating's gone up at least. We need to do the Youth Academy objective, so we'll have to start our Youth Academy search, which I'll start next episode. Sign an English player, and hopefully get the rest of these done, because we probably won't get automatic promotion. So hopefully we can do all the other ones. Leicester win 9-3 on aggregate. Jesus Christ. Leicester in the FA Cup final. Fair play, mate. Oh, EFL Cup final, sorry. But in our EFL search, I guess, this year, I don't know if we'll win it, but we start our quest against Gillingham. So next episode, waiting to finish the transfer window. We've got Cardiff at Victoria Park, the new and improved Victoria Park for the first season. We then got Gillingham at home in the EFL Cup. That could be at Victoria Park. We'll probably rotate for that one. We then travel to Reading to face Reading, of course. And then it is home against Rotherham, who were struggled last year. But they're back up with us as well. And hopefully we can beat them. And then the final game next episode will be away at Bristol City. And then after that, it'll be Norwich, who are going to be obviously favourites as well to go up with Slavka Nezovic. And then it's Sheffield United. It's not going to be an easy season by any means. This is going to be a bumpy ride. I'm going to be honest, if we get promotion, that's mad. We might as well jump ship. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm joking, in all seriousness. So the end of the episode here is not going to be a lot in terms of player stats. Adebayo and Kamara with 2 goals, each for Luton and Reading. We don't have any goal scorers yet because we didn't score. And there's 8 different assisters all on 1. Clean sheets, just 9 different goalkeepers, with Duncan being one of them, to be fair. So it's good for him. And only 1 yellow card out the first week against Sarah of Norwich City. And as you'll see here in the squad hub, there'll be no stats to give yet. We'll have 1 game played and no goals. Duncan and everyone else in that game played 1 game. Nobody's scored yet. Not even Malangu, who's gone out on loan, or McGregor, or Shabalala. I was thinking of bringing back. We might as well just leave him. Have a bit of time out there, see if he can do any better. We'll probably sell him when he comes back, though. No assists either. And the clean sheets come from, well, from everyone, but Duncan keeping the clean sheet, and everyone has a clean sheet to their name off of game 1. So that's going to wrap up this episode. I think we're in a good spot. We just need a lot of players to get gone. When does this become a thing? When was this ever a thing? I do not remember this ever being a thing. Fair enough. Also, I want to do one last quick check on Douglas Moffat. He does still have his potential tag, I believe. Maybe change his thing around now. He's got his pace to where he needs to be. Wide back. Attacking would keep him going. But I think we're going to go for wide back. His shooting is poor, but he doesn't need shooting. He's a left back. Plus, you can't really train his shooting unless you do balanced. So we'll just leave it like that. Right, that is going to wrap up an interesting first episode. Decent placement in the pre-season tournament. Came third, I believe. Undefeated as well, if I remember correctly. But we didn't win it because goal difference. Just remind you. So yes, that was how it went. In the World Cup, it came home, boys. It came home. England won it after 60 years of hurt. In 2026, England win the FA or the World Cup even, FIFA World Cup against Germany on penalties. On penalties of all things. Bro, that would have been a hell of a match to watch. And might as well take a look at Champions League. Oh, it's still qualifying rounds. They've not actually got the groups yet. I'm assuming it'd be the same in Europa League, playoff round, and Conference League. Playoff round, yeah, okay. Fair enough. And the Prem won't started yet, will it? I kind of want to see who'd win the first Prem games. But I don't think it will have started yet. It has not. Blackburn up in the Prem again, though, like that. And Man United won it last year, so let's see if we do that again. Had a League One start off. 2 games played already, Ipswich and Peterborough. Already 2 wins, so they're good. Who was it that nearly came out with us? It was Portsmouth and Birmingham, wasn't it? They both started pretty well as well. I think Bradford came up, didn't they? Hopefully they don't go straight back down. Oh, for crying out loud. And then League 2. Grimsby at the top at the moment. They've only played 1 game. Grimsby, Doncaster, Port Vale. Quite a lot of wins, actually. And then the bottom end of League 2 now. We've left that far behind. Carlisle and Stockport sit at the bottom. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling and I'm going to get going with my day. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And I hope you've enjoyed the first episode of Hartlepool United Career Mode Season 5. A draw against Palace is no bad start, ladies and gents. Can we build on it? I don't know. The board want automatic promotion. I'm not 100% sure that we'll get it, but I'm a believer. I'm definitely a believer. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and I will see you potentially Wednesday, but as soon as I can, for the next Hartlepool United Career Mode episode. Peace.